Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about the worst supply chain shortage since World War II. Now before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased on owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming. And let's talk about this supply chain disaster that we've got going on in the country and ultimately globally. Now, guys, it has been said by Don Ake, basically the FTR's VP of Commercial Vehicles, that we have right now the worst supply chain shortage since World War II, which is definitely saying a lot. So what's going on is that trucks and trailers are in short supply. No, not news for you guys. We've made videos about that. I'll leave cards here in the corner about the truck and trailer shortages. There's shortages of drivers, there's shortages of source of products, things like that. Now, what's going on now is that the number of red tag units, which includes both semi-trucks and trailers, is climbing and at a fast clip. Now, the current estimates is that between 13,000 and 20,000 Class 8 semi-trucks are incomplete, meaning that they're pretty much fully built, but they're just sitting around there mainly waiting for computer chips. And again, we've talked about the computer chip shortage. I'll leave a card about that as well if you haven't seen that from a few months back. Now, what's going on now is that the truck dealers, we're talking semi-trucks here, obviously, their inventories are critically low. Any of you that have tried to go and update your equipment, maybe add more equipment, you know how the backlogs have been. In fact, the red tagging extends to both trucks and trailers, so it's definitely it's building up in both markets. And semiconductors, as mentioned, are the ones that are to blame or are the biggest issue in all of this. Besides semiconductors, though, there are between 20 and 40 parts that are critical to truck and trailer manufacturing that are either in extreme low supply or basically unavailable. And so that's another reason why trucks are sitting around incomplete or unfinished. Now, Class 8 backlogs for the semi-truck currently sits at 266,334 trucks, and it will increase further as OEMs open up their 2022 order books and begin to take those orders, because as you know, those are not being taken just yet. Now, OEMs don't know what price to quote for 2022. And basically, trailer backlogs are at 237,000 a couple of years ago. And this year, it looks like, and into next year, so we're talking 2022 and 2023, these numbers look like they're going to increase. So a couple of years ago, it was at 237,000, and trailer backlogs are expected to surpass this number. The good news is that quarter one and the third quarter GDP is strong, and it's expected that lots of freight is to continue. In fact, they have mentioned that freight will likely continue strongly into 2022 and possibly into 2023. And that's the reason why I mentioned some of the comments on a previous video. By the way, thank you for all the likes there. A ton of views. That video has definitely gone viral. We really appreciate it. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a little card here. It's definitely a different format that I took in that video, and it looks like it was taken in well. So definitely appreciate it, guys. But basically, OEMs, they're playing catch up at this point, and this demand will continue being in catch up mode till 2023, and forecasting 335,000 Class 8 trucks in 2022, which is a ginormous number. It's up from 274,000 the prior year. And as far as trailers, as far as trucks for 2023, we're looking at 360,000 Class 8 trucks being forecasted for building for manufacturing in 2023. 307,000 trailers are in 2023. Whereas 374,000 in 2022. So the numbers are really up there, and the truck driver shortage is improving. We've made a video that was also very popular. Again, I'll leave a card to that video about the truck driver shortage. And what JB Hunt's, one of their VPs, has actually said is that we have plenty of truck drivers, we just don't use them well. And that was a sentiment that was shared in the comments by a lot of folks watching our videos. So as always, guys, leave your comments in the comment section below. We'd love to hear your take on this. There's obviously a lot going on in the country, a lot going on globally. I've recently heard that one of the things, or two of the things that are in really major demand for semi-trucks is the drivetrain and transmissions. So obviously right now, used semi-trucks and service is what's really driving the profitability for dealers. And if I was you, I would definitely make sure that your equipment is in tip-top condition, make sure everything gets checked out, and if you need to buy or get on a list preemptively to get repairs done, make sure you get that taken care of, because if your truck is down, you're not making any money, and in this market, you just can't afford to do so. I'm going to switch over to camera, guys. Going to look over the loads that we've booked for our customers. If you haven't liked the video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at some of these loads. We've got a lot of freight to cover. Today we're going to cover all sorts of equipment, including vans, reefers, flatbeds, step decks, and even power only. So definitely got a full video today. We're going to start off with a reefer coming out of Halifax, North Carolina, going to Wintersville, Ohio. It's a 30,800 pound load of food. It had a 2:30 p.m. Delivery at Walmart. Basically was the safest play was to pick up the load the next day, and then it was going to a good area, so that worked out well. At 478 miles, booked at $2,050, got them $429 a mile. Then Shelby, Ohio, going to Horse Cave, Kentucky, 20,000 pound load of mixed produce at 34 degrees on a reefer. 360 miles, booked at $1,900, got them $528 a mile. Then Louisville, Kentucky to Avon, New York, 40,000 pound load of food product at 38 degrees on a reefer. 595 miles, booked at $2,800, got them $471 a mile. Then West Seneca, New York to Carlsbad, New Jersey, 14,500 pound load of grocery products. There was a $75 detention added on to the shipper. 372 miles, booked at $27.75. That got them $767 per mile. And they finished off with Elizabeth, New Jersey to Wilmington, North Carolina. It's a 25,500 pound load of frozen eel. There was also a $400 detention for both loading and unloading times. 576 miles, booked at $3,100, got them $538 per mile. All in all, these guys ran Friday to Thursday, so only 6 days on the road, grossed $12,625 in gross. Ended up running 2,371 loaded miles at 532 per loaded mile average. Very, very well done, and ended up in some decent markets. Next, we got ourselves a dry van coming out of Plymouth, Indiana, going to York, PA, 43,000 pound load of retail goods. The load was ready to pick up on the 25th, which was on a Saturday, so it did take a little bit of extra time to get that taken care of. $498 on the miles, $3,900 booked, got them $783 per mile. Very, very well done. Then Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, going to Kearney, New Jersey. It's a 40,000 pound load of paper rolls. That's 192 miles, booked at $1,300, got them $677 a mile. And then with a two-pick, looks like two-pick, one drop coming out of Flanders, New Jersey and Avondale, New Jersey, dropping in Austell, Georgia. It's a 33,000 pound load of black leaf tea. 904 miles, booked at $3,400, got them $376 a mile. And Atlanta, Georgia, going to Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. It's a 44,000 pound load of FAK. 808 miles, booked at $3,100, got them $384 a mile. All in all, these guys ran Saturday to Saturday, grossed $11,700 in their regular dry van, ran 2,402 loaded miles at $487 per loaded mile average. Also well done, regular dry van. Next, we got a step deck. This is actually a gentleman that I spoke about in a previous video. He's a new customer to us, finally doing very well out there. He runs a step deck, Hillsboro, Texas, going to Rifle, Colorado. This was a 44,000 pound load of steel beams. Very fast loading and unloading on this one, thankfully. 941 miles, booked at $4,300, got him $457 a mile. Then Grand Junction, Colorado, with a one-pick, two-dropper to McCarran, Nevada, and Olympic Valley, California. This was basically a load of steel ski lift assemblies and frameworks. It was 40,000 pounds on the weight, 840 miles, booked at $2,600, got him $310 a mile. And then he finished off out of McAllen, California, going to Lancaster, Texas. This was 4 containers. They were 7,500 pounds each with a total weight of 30,000 pounds. Very fast loading on this one. Lots of miles at 1,747 loaded miles, booked at $4,000. Got them $229 per mile. Went to a good market for step decks. This gentleman ran from Friday to Saturday, so 8 days of work in this case. Ended up total gross of $10,900 for his time. Ran 3,528 loaded miles at $309 per mile, and ended up at $284 per mile with total with deadhead included. 3,528 loaded miles. And actually the dispatcher is saying that he could have made more money, but the driver did want to go to Texas on his last load and stay in the South. And you know, the driver doesn't like heavier loads, especially considering he's on a step deck. So realistically could have made some good money, but knowing his history, I'm really glad that we're finally working. He's getting his rate confirmations on every load. He's going to get paid on all of his runs, and definitely glad to have you. Next, we got ourselves a power only coming out of Phoenix, Arizona, going to Upper Marlboro, Maryland. This is a 40,000 pound load, one big giant generator that was taken, 0 time wasted at shipping and receiving, picked up on Tuesday, delivered on Friday. Drove through like a champ, 2,309 miles, booked at $8,150. Got him $353 per mile on a ton of miles. Then out of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, going to Fontana, California. This was actually a loadout trailer that was available to be used for 2 weeks. Basically, they paid just $100 on this trailer. It required a $40,000 interchange insurance policy, but it gave it to us for 2 weeks. And this is going to be a really good one because they took a load out of Reading, Pennsylvania, took a 4 dropper going to Denver, Colorado. All the drops are in Colorado. It's a 10,000 pound load, very light. Some basically copper coils and wiring. Just delivered a few pallets at each drop, easy in and out. 1,686 miles, booked at $5,000. Got him $297 per mile. Very, very well done. And this gentleman ran Tuesday to Tuesday, ended up grossing $13,250 on their power only, running 3,995 loaded miles at an average of $332 per loaded mile. And being a power only with drop and hook, and the last loads, he didn't really waste any time at any facilities. That worked out well. He could have, average driving about 600 or more miles per day, which, definitely worked out really well. So from there, almost 4,000 miles ended up in a week because he's a very, very strong driver. And as you can see, he made some good money. Really hard week for this driver, but for sure quite rewarding. Very, very well done. Next, we got ourselves a dry van coming out of Dallas, Texas, going to Longwood, Florida. This is a 7,000 pound light load of paper products, 1,122 miles, booked at $3,200. Got them $285 a mile. Then Blackshear, Georgia to Ozark, Alabama, 28,000 pound load of tires. There were some driver assist required at the delivery and tailgating the product. It was a short run at 220 miles, booked at $1,090. Got them $495 a mile. Then Montgomery, Alabama, going to Henderson, Kentucky. This was a 40,000 pound load of clean and recycled cardboard, 422 miles, booked at $1,840, got him $436 a mile. Then Evansville, Indiana to Jonesboro, Arkansas was a light load, 8,000 pounds of plastic sauce bottles, 280 miles, booked at $1,450, got him $518 a mile. And they finished off with Byhalia, Mississippi, going to Plainville, Texas. It's a 25,000 pound load of groceries. Another Walmart delivery for this driver, 822 miles, booked at $3,150, got him $383 per mile. Very well done. Ran Saturday to Saturday, grossed $10,730 in gross on her dry van, running 2,866 loaded miles at $374 per loaded mile average. Well done, guys. A regular dry van making some really good money. Next, we got a flatbed coming out of Morgantown, Pennsylvania, going to Ehrenberg, Arizona. Long run, 39,000 pound load of big machine parts. Tarping was required. It had a 2,442 miles, booked at $7,400, got him $303 per mile, and again, lots and lots of miles, almost 2,500 miles there. Then at Riverside, California, going out to San Marcos, Texas. Very light load, especially for a flatbed, at 13,000 pounds of big plastic barrels, no tarping, just required 4 straps and go. 1,337 miles booked at $38.50, got them $288 a mile. And they ran Monday to Monday, grossed $11,250 in gross at 3,779 loaded miles at $298 per loaded mile average. Well done. Next, we got ourselves a dry van coming out of Moreno Valley, California, going to Albany, Oregon. 44,200 pound load of retail goods. 959 miles booked at $5,000, got them $521 a mile. Then Longview, Washington, going to Versailles, Kentucky. 45,000 pound load of paper rolls. 2,403 loaded miles booked at $6,200, got them $258 a mile. And they ran Thursday to Thursday, grossed $11,200 for the week at $333 per loaded mile on their 3,362 loaded miles. So very well done. And we're gonna finish off with a bang with a dry van coming out with West Birch, Iowa, going to Wilmer, Texas. It's this driver ran some I would say heavier loads. It was a 45,300 pound heavy load of dry food, 832 miles booked at $3,200, got him $385 a mile. Then Ennis, Texas to Helena, Arkansas. This 43,000 pound load of non-hazmat chemicals, 462 miles booked at $1,500, got him $325. Then DeWitt, Arkansas, going to Springfield, Virginia. This is a 43,000 pound load of rice on pallets, 988 miles booked at $3,500, got him $354 a mile. And then King William, Virginia to Wendalia, Ohio. This basically 44,771 pound load of dry food, 25 cases of product, 545 miles booked at $2,325, and that got him $427 per mile. Now this driver ran Friday to Friday, ended up grossing $10,525 dollars, running 2,827 miles at an average of $372 per loaded mile. And like I said, a bit of heavier loads, but very well paid for this dry van. And as you can see, guys, we're dispatching power onlys, vans, reefers, flatbeds, step decks. We got you covered. As you can see, all these guys are making really good money. This is the time to be making really good money. The market is strong. It continues to go strong. It's supported by strong GDP. Just make sure your equipment's in good shape, that you can get through this period and go out there and make money. If you have any questions, get in touch with us. We'd love to work with you if you're an MC carrier or you'd like to lease on as a lease down owner operator. We work with both types of drivers. Just get in touch with us. Call or text at 801-448-6363 or get more information on our website at aftdispatch.com/go. There's also a chat box on every one of our pages. Just type in your information there, send it over to us. We will get in touch with you, answer any and all questions that you may have. The main thing is just make sure that you're not holding off and you're not wasting your time, and you are making really good money. Until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.